security. Pegasan set to resolve Dangote staff's salary issues. On the foreign scene, Syria observes a year anniversary after al-Assad. And in sport, wiki tourists lament. Details of these and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Now the news in details, starting from the federal stories. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron have held talks on the security crisis facing the country, touching on areas of collaboration. This was as the United States delegation comprising the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria and other top officials parleyed with the National Security Advisor Nuhuru Bado in Abuja on the reported Christian persecution and killings in the country. Macron said he spoke with President Tinubu and affirmed that France will strengthen its partnership with the Nigerian authorities. Macron's statement follows a wave of gun attack and kidnapping, particularly in schools and communities across the northern region, and that have drawn international condemnation. Talking Dangote, in a bid to address the issue between the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pegasan over non-payment of monthly salaries of the engineers sacked in September during its face-off. Pegasan has said it is engaging in the Dangote Group to resolve the matter amicably instead of resorting to another industrial action. Report says that salaries were altered following the refusal of many of the engineers to accept their redeployment to Zamfara, Borno, Benue, and Sokoto State, among others. Some of the workers who spoke on condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the issue had earlier said individuals were sent to Komau in Benue, concrete road construction site in Borno and Ebonyi State, as well as rice plants in Kebbi, Niger, Sokoto, and Zamfara. While a few workers were said to have accepted the redeployment, many rejected it, relying on assurances from Pegasan that the crisis would be resolved through dialogue. Away from that, prior to the decision to represent himself in court, legal consultant to the convicted leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kalu, has linked him to the late premier of the Old Western Region, Obafemi Awolowo. Report says Ejiamako suggested that Kalu's refusal to hire lawyers may be delaying the filing of his appeal against his life imprisonment by the Federal High Court. Ejiamako also backed Kalu's request to be transferred to Abuja from the Sokoto Correctional Center. You are listening to the media news from iPower 102.7 FM at Emurele Hall. On the foreign scene, Syria observes a year anniversary after al-Assad. And in sport, wiki tourists lament.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community update, Hyper 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. Hyper FM 102.7.
Welcome back now to the foreign scene. Venice President Patrice Talon has thanked army leaders for helping to defeat an attempted military coup in the West African nation. Yesterday morning, a group of soldiers calling themselves the Military Committee Ifori Foundation took over the state television and announced that the government has been dissolved. Just hour, just hour later, the Minister of Interior and Public Security, Alassane Sudu, said the takeover attempt have been foiled. Addressing the nation, President Takon vowed that the rebel would be punished. Still on the foreign scene, Syria is marking 1 year since the fall of longtime ruler Bashar al-Assad after about 14 years of war. On December 8 last year, the rule of the Bashbati collapsed when Damascus was seized. Al-Assad fled to Russia, where he was granted asylum. In January 2025, Ahmed al-Shara was appointed transitional president. The United Nations Commission on Syria said violent events since al-Assad downfall caused renewed displacement and polarization, raising worries about the future direction of the country. And in sport, following the home draw against Ikorodu City, Wiki tourists have acknowledged a challenging period. The Bauchi Elephants were held to a goalless draw by Ikorodu City in a matchday 16 fixture at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium in Bauchi. The draw was Wiki tourists' fourth at their home ground this season. Wiki tourists have also failed to hit targets in their last two matches, while they are without a win in their last three games. To end the iPower 102.7 FM media news, let us take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that President Bola Tinubu and his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron have held talks on the security crisis facing the country, touching on areas of collaboration. We equally informed you that Pegasan has said it is engaging the Dangote Group to resolve the matter between its members of staff and the Dangote amicably instead of resorting to another industrial action. On the foreign scene, Syria is making 1 year since the fall of the longest ruler, Bashar al-Assad, after about 14 years of war. And in sport, following the home draw against Ikorodu City, Wiki tourists have acknowledged a challenging period. And that was the media news on iPower 102.7 FM, edited by Olukemi Ajibola. I am Florence Ibhareman. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.